I mean, the amount of money that pharmaceutical drug companies have just to distribute is just extraordinary. They have so much money. They make so much money. The crazy thing about the COVID situation, like when we were in the pandemic and the heat of everything, and they were profiting at this enormous level, I kept thinking, like, what are they going to do when this stops? Because all corporations have this idea of unlimited growth.
Yep.
If you're a stockholder in these corporations, they're all publicly traded. You want more money. You want the stock to go up.
20% a year, if possible.
Yeah, you want this constant. And now they have this extremely rare event, a pandemic, and then they have this very very small window of time in terms of, like, you have a few years to try to get people where it's going to go off and become endemic, which is where it is now, right? So you have this small window of time where you can make insane amounts of money, but you're not going to make that money after that. It's like, it's not the same thing unless you can convince them to keep doing it over and over and over again.
Well, so first of all, we have obviously seen that the COVID vaccination, which is not a traditional vaccine, required more than 1, 2, 3 boosters. So that kept on going. That's definitely more money in the bank. But the financial system and the big pharma are connected in this regard. The financial system, I believe, the financial system needed a lockdown, needed a complete stop of spending. It just had to stop and sit in your place because we never really fixed what happened in 2009. That was all shoved under the rug, and we just took interest rates down to almost zero. Free money, and that stimulated everything. We got free money for everything. Free money for every company, every DoorDash, every Silicon Valley, thing. You don't have to make profit. We'll just raise more money. Keep going. Until, if you look at what something called the reverse repo market, it's a banking thing, spiked just like it did just before the Great Recession, the housing bust. That's right then is when, we got a lockdown, we've got a pandemic. And I would argue that seeing as, this recent bug that people have that's going around, which is not COVID, it's not flu, whatever it is.
RSV?
No, it's unidentified. No, I don't think anyone cares anymore, although it seems to be pretty bad. It was the media that really freaked everybody out. We had death counts on the screen, all this stuff going on and on and on. And everyone stayed home, and that allowed everything to calm down, allowed the financial markets to do some shuffling back and forth. And then we did, of course, what they needed to do is create a whole bunch of extra money and get that out there, which, of course, is what caused inflation. And this is going to be here for a while. And so those two are linked, whether purposefully or not. The lockdown and the pandemic and the fear and the destruction of companies and jobs, et cetera, was beneficial to the financial system. And now I think they're just out of control. I think it's like 40% of all dollars ever created, which, they're printed basically on a computer, were made in the last 3 years.
What?
So since the dollar started, yes.
No way.
Jamie, look it up.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, 40%.
Oh, my God. I can't handle this.
Yeah, and that went to you can. And that went to a lot of people got really rich. If you look at Lake Austin, after the pandemic, everybody upgraded their toys. There was new speedboats. Everyone had everyone who had money just made more and just did incredibly well.